好，你好。
你好，
你好，
你好。
你好 hello
Hello. Good morning.
אורית, תעשי ג'אן ש-co-host שהוא יוכל לפתוח את המיקרופון.
Of course. כרגע כולם יכולים, אני תכף
כן.
אבטל את זה. Is a nephew here?
yes
Yes,
is it
you?
Orit?
Yes.
This is Kai.
You know you, Kai.
Hi.
I will say a few words, and then I want you to speak these beautiful things that you write to me. We'll show something. We will wait 5 minutes. We will show something.
Okay.
Then I will say something. Then
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Then teacher Gianshe. Then teacher Shi. And then I will open it for all of us, everyone that wants to share his beautiful experience.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Orit. Yes, I also have my 2 other cousins on the call as well, I believe. Yeah, Sarah and Paul. Yes.
Okay, so if they want to say something, they are welcome to, okay?
Yes.
And then in this moment, I want to thank our students that help us to get the information and then to make connection with you. And of course, I see here another teacher, right? Zhu Ping, you're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
If someone else, one of the teachers will want to say some things and the new teacher fan, so you are welcome, okay?
Thank you.
So I will give the time for it too. And Sandy, of course, and all of us. So I think that we will start, Ronit, you can share, okay?
רגע, סליחה, כדאי שתבטלי לכולם את המיוט, because יש המון אנשים עם רמקול פתוח.
אוקיי. תעשי את זה? כן. תודה. And now you can share on it. We have some beautiful pictures that the nephew sent us and some people.
אורית, תפתחי את המיוט, עשיתי לך מיוט גם בטעות.
We will show a short video now from the picture that the nephew sent us and some of the picture we had, and then we will start. I will say a few words. Most of us met Teacher Fan during the Corona period. She had, of course, a student in New Zealand and more places, but during the Corona, Sandy, that is here, asked me to get to know Teacher Fan, and I got into one of her lessons, and I fell in love immediately, and then I helped her to publish and to make online, and she gave a lot of people a lot of love and practice and cue in groups, in private, and I'm so thankful for her and for the opportunity to know her. And now I think, Kai, maybe I will unmute you and maybe you can say some things, okay? As a family.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Orit. First of all, Orit, if my understanding correctly, your family are okay over there?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's complicated. Many people here are from Israel. If you hear alarm, we go for a few minutes and then we come back because we have to go to a safe place. But it's difficult, but we're here, and we are with Teacher Fan that gave us a lot of love, and she's with us. And thank you for asking.
My deepest sorry for what the horrifying tragedy happened there, and my heartfelt prayers for you, your family, and your country to get
Thank
through
you.
these difficult times.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming to this online memorial service of my aunt, Bojin Fan. I thank Jen for inviting me and my family members, and thank you, Orit, for organizing this whole thing. It's great to meet you all as my aunt's beloved Qigong students. My aunt, Bojin Fan, was a true trailblazer on many fronts. She kept on opening up new avenues all through her life, and for herself and for our family members. Whether to come abroad from China or to find the latest, the coolest new gadget just came out on the market, she was the first one to experiment. And during China's Cultural Revolution period in 1960s, everything in the normal functional society was turned upside down. She missed her formal high school education entirely and went to a small town to become a factory worker. Many young kids soured at this experience back then, but stayed put as years went by. My aunt didn't. She embraced what was presented to her, learned the skills of a technician, and became a swim instructor during her spare time. As soon as opportunities opened up when the Cultural Revolution period was over, she became the first one in her factory to take the college entrance exam and went to college in the early 80s to study computer science. After college, she worked as at a research institute on the coastline of our beautiful hometown, Qingdao, during which period, me, my brother, and our two cousins in our early teens spent every summer with her on the beach, in the sea, swimming, catching and cooking fishes, shrimps, and crabs. It was a fun time for us. My aunt loved her family. In the early 80s, China just opened its door to the outside world. We were dazzled by the merchandise of the Western brands like Nike and Adidas. But my parents wouldn't buy any of those for us. They couldn't afford and thought they were not a necessity of life. But for teenage boys who love playing soccer, they are the best thing in the world. Being 10 years younger than my mom, my aunt knew what we want. She was always at the forefront of new things. She bought us the first leather ball we ever had, which became an instant jewel of our football gang. She also bought us our very first pair of Nike shoes, very plain by today's standard, but it was the most beautiful thing to my brother and I. It was first worn by my brother, then passed on to me. We put some very good mileage on it. Many years later, my aunt also bought me the first Sony Walkman. And I think I got her first iPad with her name engraved on the cover. I hope she liked it as much as I loved what she has given me. In the late 1980s, when she is already in her 30s, my aunt decided to go overseas to study. Her English was not fluent at the time. Her computer science skills were not strong. She got rejected by quite some schools. She didn't give up and persevered. In the end, against all the odds, the computer science department of the University of Auckland gave her an offer. In 1990, she came to New Zealand and started a new chapter of life. She eventually earned a master's degree there. Shortly after that, she took on another heroic undertaking, taking care of my grandmother, who was in the late stage of Alzheimer's disease. Filial piety is at the core of Chinese virtue, and my aunt felt being away from home for so many years, she never had the chance to care for her parents. At the time, my grandfather had already passed away, so she decided to take care of my grandmother. Even though my grandmother, in her own world, viewed my aunt as her niece, as we now can appreciate through Anthony Hopkins' recent brilliant movie, The Father. My grandmother and my aunt cherished each other dearly for the last part of my grandma's life, until she peacefully passed away in 2005 at the old age of 96. Now, with the grace of God, my aunt is with her mother again in heaven. My aunt bumped into Qigong due to a health issue and became a master of her own style in that field. That's where your paths have crossed, and she made a great impact again to people's lives. You may not know, she's also a master of gardening in my eyes. Everything she grows in her backyard flourish. My grandfather was a successful entrepreneur who started from nothing and built the largest bicycle company in my home city. The entrepreneur spirit must have run in my aunt's Belgian fan's blood. She embraced fear, aspired to grow, and aimed to try new things. She was a trailblazer. My grandmother was a devoted Christian, and my aunt must have got that love thy neighbor as thyself mentality from her mother. My aunt is selfless. She loved her family and people around her. My grandfather and grandmother, looking at her from heaven, must be very proud of her. May they all rest in peace. From your beloved nephew, Kai Kai. Thank you all.
Thank you for your beautiful words and for letting us know her from other sides. Now I will ask Teacher Jianshe. You can start. You can unmute yourself and start.
Okay. I remember like 1 month ago, I received an email from Teacher Fan. In the email, she asked me to want to contact me with WeChat. So we contact WeChat, and I clearly remember in the early morning in China, maybe in New Zealand is maybe it's lunchtime. So he called me. So we're talking. Suddenly, like we know each other like for a long time, because her hometown and my hometown, like neighbor province, also we have similar like experience about the Cultural Revolution, also about the first, like I was the first went to university after the Cultural Revolution. I think Teacher Fan maybe later than me 1 year or 2 years. So we have some common idea about the Cultural Revolution, about Qingdao and Henan. So like we are neighbor province. So like about the life, about everything, a lot of common idea. So we talking. Like I found my mobile phone for more than 1 hour. So I told her, we need to stop. I need to like to go to work. So this is my first time. He contacted me, like talking about everything. So later she asked me to like to do healing. I told her, you are not some problems. Also, for me, if you know fear, we can recover it by ourselves. So like, but she, I think, feel maybe she needs some result from the hospital. Like this kind of thing going on. Also I also invited her to get on my workshop. For me, the chi field more powerful than person to do healing. Then suddenly I receive from my Orient, Orient said to me like something happened with Teacher Fan. Also gave me a shock. But I also know there are no deaths. From now, what I understand, no deaths. So all of us has been in a physical body, physical being and a formless being many times on this universe. So for us, Teacher Fan already in a beautiful place, full of love, no any fear. So now we need like celebrating her new being, like information being. So no feel sad. So for me, like last time talking with her, we laughing like nearly 1 hour. So I think she now she can see us and happy together. Also, she did a lot of. I think she did her best for her life, for her family, also for the world. So anyone we can choose. Some people want to choose to for a long time to be on this planet. Some people want to choose like they want to go to another way, go to the formless being after they did their best. So for me, like even now in the Israel, and so many things happened, but we still can focus on something good size, not feel like. So this we all can choose what we focus, our attention on. I know Teacher Fan like some people like I know she's a teacher in New Zealand, Qigong teacher. Also one time I saw her, I think 2 years ago, like running organized some online healing land for Middle East and Israel. Then my first time I saw her on the online. So we are together, pay attention. Also like Teacher Fan, he's happy to see us. He did her best. Now he's in a beautiful, only love, full of pure energy, the being with her family, also with another wonderful being. This is what I want to share. So to be honest, I didn't know her. So didn't know her like I know her like just recently, like talking like 1 month ago. But I can feel her heart very big, very open to many things. So thank you, invite me to share. Now we are together, like thank you for Teacher Fan. Teacher Fan, you are beautiful teacher. Thank you. You are in the best place. Okay.
Thank you, Teacher Jianshe. Can I unmute you? Wait.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. For me, I know the Teacher Fan from a few years ago because now I'm in the UK, so I teach the Qigong here. So I often heard some Qigong friends said, do you know Teacher Fan? I said, oh, I never meet her. So then talking about Teacher Fan, some Qigong friends told me Teacher Fan often teach Qigong like a few times a day for free. I said, oh, yeah, this very good for our practice, because for us, like for me, I'm not enough time always teach online for everybody. Just sometimes have a different course, online course or in person with. And also now I'm stay in the other Qigong Chris Anna's house, living here. She told me about Teacher Fan, how to teach them, how to share and lead their practice online. So I know some information from her about Teacher Fan. So this is very, very good for us. Like Dr. Pons want to share 智能气功 for all of human beings for our world. Now the different teachers teach and share like Teacher Fan is good example for us. Yes, this for me, Teacher Fan is good teacher. Let me learn from her. Yeah. Thank you very much for a little share about what I know the Teacher Fan. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Teacher Ping. Wait a minute. And I want to share with you all that some people of you know that sometimes I ask myself if she knew, because she organized many recordings. It was very special. It's important for her that everything will be accurate and to give teaching. And in the beginning, she doesn't even have recordings. But after the corona, she started to make files of organized classes of level 1 and 3, and movies of teacher of Dr. Pang, and every time she was writing to me, change this word, do like this. I changed something, I edit something. It was a big project, and it's you can find it in YouTube, but it's very organized. There is a site named you get to it with Hunyuan Linton. And it's my site, and there's a section there for Teacher Fan with all the recording organized. So if someone feels that he wants to continue practice with her, she made a huge project of, I don't know, many movies of practice, recording of practice that she made especially to stay with us. And now I will ask if there's another, Kai, maybe you can tell me if there's another member of the family that want to share with us. Wait, I will unmute you. You should unmute yourself, yeah.
Yes, Arit. My cousin Sarah Xiao, she also is on the call. I think she wants to share a little bit about my aunt.
Maybe she can raise her hand so I can find her and unmute her. She can do it online. Wait, I try. Onit, if you see, okay, I see Sarah. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you, Arit. And thank you, everybody. I'm Sarah. Like Kai said, I'm Baozhen's niece, and cousin of Kai and Paul here. My mom
Wait a
is
minute, sorry, I just did I have to find you and pin your, so everyone can see you.
עשיתי את זה, אורית, עשיתי.
You see that? Okay. You can
Yeah, thank
continue.
you. All right, yeah, thank you. My mom is Baojen's older sister. So I really appreciate you arrange this memorial gathering. It means a lot to my aunt and to my family. Thank you for giving my aunt your time, your devotion, your trust, and your company, for her to share her passion and her love to this world through you. As Kai said, my aunt is the most unselfish person I know in this world. And she is half an aunt and half a big sister, I would say. Like I shared, yeah, my most sweet memory about my teenager years is the time because we live in a different city. So in summertime, me and my sister would go to Qingdao, where it's the hometown of my aunt, and then spend the whole summer with my aunt. And it's just such an incredible experience. So I'm sure she's very happy to know that she's being loved and remembered not only by us, her birth family, but also by all the people throughout the world as her extended family. I'm not really a Qigong practitioner, but I did join my aunt's practice session a few times, and those were my most cherishable memories. Even though I had all the excuses not to attend most of them, I always thought that she's not far. Whenever I turn on the Zoom, I should be able to see her calling me using her soothing, sweet voice. So it is a very sad moment for my family, but it's a great comfort. I think when Kai told us that he had found you guys, well, I would rather say, I guess you found us. So I'm so thankful that you gave us this opportunity to hear all the sweet stories of what my aunt did to help each other, to help all of you guys. I guess a lot of the life she spent, we were not really part of it, and I'm glad that we got the opportunity to hear all about it. Yeah. So I hope that you will all be able to carry on the practice my aunt's so devoted to, even though she's not physically here with us anymore. Her spirit will be with us, will be with me forever. And I wish you all a very good life. I know what that would be, what my aunts wish for each one of us. And I thank you all, and I love you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us and for being with us. Minutes. I want to share to see everyone. It will take me 1 minute to understand what's going on. Onit, can you put it full screen that we can see everyone? Because I found a way to do it.
את צריכה לעשות את זה לעצמך, בביאו למעלה בצד ימין.
כן, כן, אני יודעת, את הכל לי פשוט. רגע, אולי אני אצליח. I know, I'm sorry that I don't remember the names right now, but some people here are the people that let us know that went to Teacher Fan house to find out what's going on and found a family. I think it's more than one person, and I would like them to thank them first, and then if they can say something. So I would like to find you and let you share.
Hi, my name's Jan. This is my partner, Carla.
Good to know you. Thank you.
We were students of FAN in Wellington. Carla found a flyer for Qigong classes.
It was about probably 6 years ago. We studied with FAN in Wellington, but 2 years prior to that, I heard about Qigong and it sounded fantastic, but I was a lot younger and didn't have much discipline, and I liked the idea of it, but I didn't do anything about it. And then 2 years later, I saw a flyer in the library that said she was going to be coming to teach about 1 minute from where my house was. So I thought, well, that's a sign, you know, she's coming to us. It was quite amazing, actually. So we started to go along and met her, and just, like you said, just fell in love instantly. And we were pulled in, and it was incredible.
We went to one class and met FAN, and she taught us some healing method and first method. And we thought, this is, you know, she's a special woman. We could tell immediately, and a special method that she was teaching. We'd never come across anything like it. And we said, yes, we'll come twice a week. And we started coming twice a week to the hall in Ara Valley where we lived. And she was very, very dedicated, and she was all about the Qigong. And she, you know, at first it was an hour class, and after a while, she said, "Oh, this is not long enough. We can't build a good chi field in an hour." And she said, "We'll do an hour and a half, same price. We won't charge you anymore." And she wasn't charging us much. We didn't have much money, and so we would go for an hour and a half twice a week. And then after a while longer, she said, "Oh, that's not long enough." To really get into it, we need to do 2 hours a week, and 2 hours a class. And so we would go for 2 hours, and it would be long. She was a hard teacher. She was wonderful, but I remember the first time she did stretching chi with us, and she turned on the music and showed us how to do it. And after about 15 minutes, I was in absolute agony. My arms and my back, it hurt so much. And I said, "Teacher, this really hurts." And she said, "Yes, it's good. Yep, carry on. And I didn't want to disappoint her. I didn't.
We were both just like dropping our arms and kind of moaning and groaning. Yeah. And she's just laughing at us and saying, "Keep doing it. Just do it. Just do it." And we pushed through, and you know, and she was right. And you kind of get to the other side with it, and you start to really just feel the chi kind of just informs you.
I had lots of back problems from sitting at a computer too much, and after doing the stretching chi for 40 minutes, it all just went away. It was amazing.
I mean, for me, she just had the most incredible sense of humor. She was always smiling and always laughing, and her energy was just I don't know, the most positive thing I've felt. And at some point I became pregnant with our first child, and we kept on doing classes while I was pregnant, and FAN would take the baby out of me and take it off into the universe to collect all the information. And I just remember at one point we was doing the standing method, and she had taken the baby out into the universe, and I peeked. I opened my eyes to see what she was doing, and she just had this most blissful expression on her face, and she's just out there traveling around. I could just tell that my baby was out there with FAN, collecting all the information in the universe, and she was just turning this you know, being into a super being, and it was an incredible experience, and she really helped me to have the confidence to have natural home birth, and yeah, it was just, yeah, she was just
it was amazing because she would get us to do qigong, you know, with our baby before it was born.
Yeah.
And we did that with both our children.
Yeah.
For in person at first, and then for our second child with online classes, and it was really amazing. And I just feel really privileged to have had that experience and to be able to train with her. And yeah, she's one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life, definitely. And there's one thing I wanted to share with you all. I remember her saying that she always knew when one of her students was doing qigong practice somewhere, and she said she would always know, but she wouldn't necessarily know which student it was, but she'd say, I'll be in my garden, and then she'd be like, oh, someone's doing qigong, and I would send them my qi through the field. And I feel that, you know, now that she's gone, wherever she is, she will still do that for us. You know, whenever we practice qigong, wherever she is, she will know, and she will send us qi, and that makes me a bit less sad about her passing. I believe that. Any other stories?
As far as I wasn't at the beginning of this call, sorry, I was putting my baby to bed, but as far as any other information,
Kai gave us,
okay, all right,
really lovely.
Okay, you can tell me about that.
Yeah, I
right.
think it's recorded, so
anyway, it's great being part of this community and this group, and I really hope that we can continue as well.
And
helpful.
And it's you too that help us to discover what happened to her and to make
Yeah,
connection to her family, right? Just tell us about it.
Right. Well, Fan lived in Lower Hutt, and I grew up. I was born and grew up in Lower Hutt, and we never went to her house or knew where she lived, but Jan found it through the registry.
I found her address online. Yeah,
Jan found her address online, and her house was very close to where my dad has a secondhand bookstore. So I just got him, because we live 2 hours away from there now. Otherwise I would have gone personally, but I asked him to just go and check on her, and he went around, and at exactly the same time as he went there were two older Chinese women from Fan's church, I think, who also were very concerned and were there at the same time, and she wasn't home, and they couldn't discover anything. So he went back that evening when the neighbors were home and spoke to the neighbors, and they were the ones who hadn't heard from Fan and went and found her. And that's really all I know. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be good to find out more. Obviously, she was connected to a church. I'm not sure if Kai has any of that information, or if we could find out more from the neighbors. Yeah.
Thank you for doing that, because
of
without
course.
you,
of course,
none of us we know about it. And I think that you also, your husband, you make connection to a family or someone else.
Yeah, Jan contacted the police to find out what he could, and they connected him to Kai, and then you got in touch with Kai. Yeah.
So I'm sure that Teacher Fan and all of us, we are very thankful for what you did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
And now I will ask Sandy to talk, because she was making the connection with us to know Teacher Fan. She connected me. So. And then Lou, and then all the others, okay? Hello, Sandy. Wait, I think we need to unmute you. Try to talk. Try to unmute yourself, please. No. Wait, I will try to. We will see. Check if you can unmute yourself because we don't hear you. Monique, can you check? Wait. Okay, where is Sandy? We will fix it soon. Wait. Okay. Now try again. No. For some reason. Yes, I see you, but for some reason.
Try now,
Okay.
Sandy. Try now.
Now.
Yeah,
Yes, now we do. Maybe try to do it together. So.
Right, so I really appreciate Fan R.I.P for her unconditional love.
We don't hear you well. If you can a little louder, please.
I really appreciate Fan R.I.P. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
thank you. Yes, yes.
I think teacher Fan, she prefer her student call her Fan R.I.P, so I always call her Fan R.I.P. And I appreciate her unconditional love, kindness, perseverance, teaching, leading, caring, and support. And in 2002, Fan R.I.P published a 智能气功 magazine, Human Science, which was in Chinese. She would like to use the magazine to unite Chinese 智能气功practitioners in different countries and to promote 智能气功 worldwide. Unfortunately, the magazine was not sold very well. I think she lost some money. So she only published the magazine once. After 18 years, in October of 2020, 3 years ago, Fan R.I.P started to teach free online classes daily and was happy that her dream finally came true, teaching 智能气功 worldwide. When Ori helped promote her classes for more people, she was more happy, and I was also very glad for her. She always liked to say, I would like to try my best. She did it. And especially when she started to teach level 3, she spent a lot of time to prepare all the materials for everybody. And we both came from the same province, Shandong, and we all love to make steamed ham and dumpling. She could make very beautiful, yummy dumplings to put that together. And after COVID, we can teach face to face. I think maybe Teacher Fan, she thinks she has done her mission for online classes with COVID. That's why she left. I also think she might like to tell us that imperfect is perfect. I would have to sing a Chinese song for Fan R.I.P, and it's a Chinese song, 微光中的歌语. The name of the song is In the Glimmer of the Sunrise. The meaning of the song is, I wake up in the early morning with birds singing and silently put on my clothes. Who is holding outside the door? Following it, I walk towards sunrise. My heart is so comfortable and joyful. The earth and sky center is. Keep the light to win. A moment becomes eternity. I think it's beautiful. I'll try to sing the song. 鸟语声弦 一清晨，悄悄启程地，等待那来还我，还我悄悄的心中住。眼里前景好，扭曲光芒继续刹那。Goodbye, Fan 老师。Seeing you or not seeing you, I know you are always with us and in the beautiful great world. I think a good way to love and miss Fan 老师 is firstly love ourselves, so we can share more love and more life. Let's enjoy life with love, awareness. Smile every day and every moment. I think this is the week to take. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you, Sandy. And thank you for introducing me, Teacher Fan. You were the connection of her for many of the people here. Yeah. 1 minute. Now I will ask Lou to talk. I will tell you a few words before. Okay. Lou, you are translating. What will you do when you translate? Okay, wait, she's translating to Spanish. I will say a few words. One day, Lou was talking with me in the beginning of the corona because she was not feeling good and it was very severe. And then I contacted her with Teacher Fan, and it's become a love affair. And then she started to do classes. And many people from another continent could enjoy Teacher Fan. So beside all the classes she did for us, she was doing classes to South America with connection to Lou. So I will let Lou talk now, and then I will open it for everyone because there are many amazing stories about Teacher Fan and how she helped people personally. So Lou, you can talk.
Okay, thank you, Orit. Thank you for introducing me, Teacher Fan. It was an amazing experience, being the translator of her with Rebecca. Rebecca is also here. I don't know if you can ping her, because with Rebecca, Rebecca from Mexico.
Okay, so we will spot Rebecca too, and then the two of you can talk, okay? Sorry,
Okay.
Rebecca, I didn't. It's hard
Thank
to see everyone.
Thank you very much for Rebecca also, because Rebecca from Mexico, with her lovely and kindness, well of thing, she teach me how to translate Teacher Fan, because Teacher Fan how can I say, she didn't wait for us as the translator. So it was very difficult for us to translate her. So we remember with Rebecca that we used to contact with her heart to heart to translate her. That it was a beautiful experience. We hold this translation for I don't know, I think 2 or 3 years, I don't know, I cannot remember, every day as free also for South America and Mexico, and to support her lovely way of teaching and being so respectful about Teacher Bank Laoshi teachings. And we really love the way that she used to teach us with the videos of Dr. Bang. She used to take care about the teachings to respect Dr. Bang as much as I can, as she could. So thank you very much, Orit. Also, our family wants to give thanks to you, Orit, because during the pandemic time, she gave me to me and my family a big support. Also with my children, my baby Malena. When I started to translate Teacher Fan, Malena was I don't know, maybe 5 years old. She developed a lot of super ability because of Teacher Fan teachers. So she teach me also how to develop the super ability. So thank you very much because she gave me trust in the super abilities of healing. She was an amazing healer. I translate her during many healing sessions, private healing sessions, and she was amazing. She was amazing what she did from side to side in the computer. She could see the aura of the chi field of the person, and she knew what happened with the student. So it was an amazing experience for me as a teacher, as a Qigong teacher, and as a translator. Spend time with her, and I really want to thank again to Rebecca for her kindness, and to you, Orit, for introduce us Teacher Fan. So thank you very much. And also I would like to thank all the family of Teacher Fan and all my teachers, Xianze, Teacher Xi, Bing. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. For us, it's very early in the morning. So
That's what I wanted to ask you. What time is it for you?
Now it's 5 a.m. on the morning, but thank you very much. I am enjoying to share this moment with all of you. So thank you very much when you are linked on. And thank you.
It shows how much you appreciate her if you are here in the time. When I have to arrange the time, there is not a possible time for all the world together.
No.
So, but I'm so happy that you can be with us.
Thank
and
you,
now,
Anit.
Rebecca, thank you, Lou. And you can unmute yourself if you want to say something too.
Thank you, Ori. Thank you, Lou. I can talk too much because sorry. Just thank you, Teacher Fan. She helped us, my sister and I, for almost 2 years, and she really respects the practice. She really respect Dr. Pan. She really respect all her students. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Ori, for organizing this meeting. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Okay. Now we will let the people that raise their hand talk. Every time I will, as I see it, you know, there is a function of raising hand in the Zoom. So, and now everyone can stay until he wants to. Now we open it, and all the people that have something to say can have the opportunity to say. I see someone by the name Paul, right? So we will start from you. Okay.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for the gathering, and special thanks to Ms. Orit to organize this special event. I think it's an amazing and very special moment for us to record something about my aunt. Sorry, I'm her youngest nephew. I mean, I'm the youngest of all the nephews of Baozhen Fan. And my childhood, because my mother passed away when I was very young, she treated me like her own child. Actually, she treated all of us like her own children. But to me, it's very special. During those years, she gave me a lot of special love. And I can still remember that in my middle school, she brought me to another city to learn some qigong from another senior teacher. That is it's a very special time. I can remember. But during her latest years, I mean, these 10 years, we have less and less physical connection because of the physical distance, as we all live in different countries. Some of her nephews or nieces, some of them live in North America, and I lived in China, and then in Canada. So we have long distance, but I can still feel her love every day. But actually, I knew very little about her late years. I just know there might be some difficulties for her health, but I didn't have opportunity to take care of her. But today, I'm surprised that there are so many people all over the world care about her. So I think that is the most important thing and the best thing for her. I'm really surprised that all of you come to the special event for her, just for her. So I think, and this is I think finally, this is the most special thing which she taught me in her life, is that the most important thing in my life is to love and to be loved. So thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. And I want to tell you and everyone that many more people wanted to come, but they cannot come because it's the middle of the night for them, or because they cannot come now. But there are many more people that she touched their life, and they want to be here, and they will get the recording. They ask us to save them the recording. So many more people love her, and she touched our life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now, Sheena.
Okay. I have a few things to say about her. I really, really loved her. I heard about her 2 years ago and started to join her classes. For me, first, the most important or the main thing which I felt was that she was so, I don't know if direct is the word, but there was no distance. I felt there was no distance between her as a teacher and us as students. Very, very comfortable feeling. I mean, it was online. We could ask any question we wanted. She would give, the lesson could be longer because we had more questions. And if she wasn't ready for the answer, she would say, okay, let me check, I'll come back to you. And she would come back with a long and detailed answer. So being so attentive, she was very attentive to us. This is what I felt. And for example, if I missed a class here and there, and it was very important to me, and I went to the recordings, and it was difficult to find which specific lesson I wanted to watch, and I wrote to her and asked her if it's possible. I was very humble to ask, but if it's possible to add the dates of because the recordings would say 1, 2, 3, like this. And she made this effort. I was amazed. She wrote us a mail, and all the lessons, not just from that day on, she went backwards and she wrote all the dates of the lessons, so it would be easier for us to find it. I thought it was amazing, really. I think it was a lot of work, but that's how she was. I was really, really touched and thankful for that, so it could be easier to find a recording. And also, I really felt a personal connection with her. I don't know, I can't explain. And there was a time I went for 2 weeks or 2 weeks, and we finished level 3, and she wanted to go on. There was another after level 3. She wanted to start teaching that, and I didn't want to miss all the sessions with new material. And I wrote her a mail, and I asked if it's okay if she could wait for me until she starts teaching the new part. And she did that. And she said, okay, I'll wait for you. And they continued practicing, but with the new material, she waited. When I came back, she started teaching that. She was really, really an amazing person. And mainly I studied with her level 3, but then I tried and entered her healing class in another day. And it was so powerful. And I felt so good. I said, okay, this is another session. I need to make free time and join her. But that was really only lately. So really, really, I love her. And I think she was a very, very special teacher. One class, all of a sudden she tells me, Sheena, pay attention. Something, she made a remark about something I was doing in my practice. It was really amazing. Okay, so I really appreciate this meeting, and thank you, Rita, and everybody.
Thank
She
you,
was very
Sheena.
special for us.
Thank you, Sheena. And now, Christian. Wait. Okay.
Thank you very much, everybody. Yes, I practiced with Teacher Fan during a very difficult time, personal time. I had been diagnosed with cancer and had an operation, and I was very desperate to continue with an Qigong because I had much help from a lot of Chinese teachers during that time. So sorry, my voice, I'm very emotional. So yes, Teacher Fan was there. All I can say, she was there. When you needed her, she was there. And she didn't ask for anything. You know, she offered the classes for free. I was doing it in London here, where I live in the UK. And we started with wall squats, and then we started level 1, and then we did Tai Chi ball, and then we did level 2. And finally, she started with level 3. She was so generous and so detailed in her teachings. Yeah, she was just lovely. And I'm so grateful for everybody here to make this possible, for us to meet, to learn about her life, because I really didn't know anything about her life until today, actually. It's such an honor to meet the family. Thank you so much for being here and sharing a little bit about her life, and learning about her life is so special to me. It's so precious to me. Ori, thank you so much, and everybody else in your region, you know, to even make that possible at this time when you're going through so many difficult things. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. So my heart goes out to you. It was confusing not to have a, of course, we didn't know for a few days, for a few weeks, what happened to Teacher Fan. And I was talking to Isabel. We met in a pub here in London. And I said to Isabel, I'm not quite sure what happened. We don't get any information about Teacher Fan. And I became very emotional when I spoke to Isabel. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm starting crying. We don't know what's happened. And but I feel very, very sad now. And yeah, and after the pub, I cycled through London. So I went on my bike and I tried to cycle home. And I couldn't cycle. My tears were falling. It was falling. I had to stop. I could not continue going home, actually. And that was before we knew that Teacher Fan had passed away. But from that moment on, I was personally, you know, pretty sure she wasn't with us in this form any longer. So, yeah. The one incident I remember where I had an indication of her health not being so well is last year, we were doing, as usual, a lift you up, put you down session in the morning. And for some reason, I opened my eyes during the session. And I saw Teacher Fan standing there, but just moving one side of her body, actually. So I became very fascinated by this, thinking, what is she doing? And I realized momentarily she was paralyzed, but she was, one half of her body was continuing to move throughout the session. So after the session, when everybody left, I took a moment and I said to Teacher Fan, you know, I saw you during the session and only one half of your body was moving. How are you? And she looked at me and she said, Christiane, you're supposed not to open your eyes during practice. So she continued teaching. I mean, all the days after, all the weeks after, she healed herself. In that moment, she healed herself. And she continued, she continued teaching throughout whatever she was experiencing at that moment in time. So yeah, she was just marvelous and so much fun. I had so much fun with her. And her humor, her good humor, her generosity. I'm forever grateful to her. And yeah, I dedicated a little place. I'm in a Buddhist temple in London sometimes, and I did a little corner there for her with candles and a plant and some stones. So I felt the need to honor her locally, because we didn't know where she was at the time. So I'm really glad I could do that. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It's so lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Particularly Ori, thank you.
Thank you. And now, Ida, and other people that want to talk can raise their hand too. And then we wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started practicing with Teacher Fan in 2019. That's the starting of the COVID. And that's when she wanted to start the online class, and I started with her. And I actually told her that I enjoy Zhen Qi a lot because it helps to relieve the stress on my back and my shoulder. And she actually did half an hour Zhen Qi just before the class. So at 3:30 she would start, and then both of us, I would zoom in at 3:30 just to practice my Zhen Qi with her alone, because most of the people will come at 4 o'clock. So she was very dedicated to helping her students, and I was enjoying the Zhen Qi, and it actually helped to release the stress, on my shoulder. And then I appreciate that she did 3 classes, and I zoom in whenever I could, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. But most of the time it's once a day. And I like what the other students were saying, she was always so generous in sharing what she knows, even after past the class. It was very fun during that time, that during the COVID time when we were having lockdowns and it was such a gloomy days, she was practicing with us, and I felt that it was the best time of those times, even though it was COVID, but it was a lot of practice, and I actually upgraded my Qigong skills because of her 3 times a day practice. And I have to say that luckily I expressed my appreciation to her during the last email that I wrote, that we all missed her classes. And as a teacher, I believe she will be very happy to hear that her students actually missed her classes, and appreciate her. So I'm grateful for her dedication, and to all her nieces and nephews, you should be happy that your aunt actually made a difference in all our lives. And she was a wonderful and generous person. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to share? You can raise your hand. Kati, same. Wait a minute.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kathy and I'm in New Zealand, and I used to go to Fan's classes probably back about 2018 or 2019, and I went for about 2 years. The classes were always 2 hours long, and she pushed us so hard. It was always like, do more, do more, do more. And then she often used to give me a ride in her car back to the station. But before we went back to the station, oftentimes I'd be sitting in the car with her, and it was a really difficult period in my life. I was struggling with lots of stuff. So we used to sit there and she would help me to send chi and to receive chi to the trees. And that went on for ages. So this 2-hour class went on for about 2.5 hours. And we would sit and talk for ages. There were a number of times I went to Fan's home in Lower Hutt, where she gave me individual healing. And then a few times she also cooked lunch for me, which she didn't have to do. But, you know, like everyone says, she was just so generous with her time. And she was so passionate about her Qigong. It was like her life. That was all she cared about. And I think it was that what was lovely about, you know, that terrible lockdown period in COVID was that she took her classes online. And so she found a much wider audience and lots more students. And I think she just really loved that. But I have a plant to show you that Fan gave me, this plant. It's a succulent. And it was really tiny when she gave it to me, but it's a shame we're not all in person because you could all take a piece of it. But yeah, her vegetable garden, it was just fabulous. It was really big, and she used to send chi to her plants. But I think what I loved most about Fan, she was just so accepting, and she was so happy, and she was quite childlike often. She was just so endearing, and it was like everyone that came across her loved her. So I just wanted to share my memories and say thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, I'll miss her. She loved being called Fan Laoshi. It used to make her smile when everyone did that. And she would be so chuffed that there's over 60 people here. She'll be smiling at us wherever she is. Thank you.
I'm sure she is happy. She's looking at us now and she's very happy with it. She likes this big soon. So that was the idea. Okay, now Valerie, I ask you to unmute. Valerie, you are here? Okay, someone, wait. I just said, Valerie, you are here? Yes. Okay, wait a minute. I will make everyone can see you. Wait. Okay, you can start.
Thank you. Greetings, I'm Valerie from California, and I found Teacher Fan during the COVID lockdown.
Valerie, I will stop you for 1 minute. I have an announcement and then you can continue, okay? I'm sorry, there are some missiles around, so I think that the people from Tel Aviv and the area already go to the shelters. Where I stay is still safe, but if it's everything recorded, so if I disappear for 10 minutes, don't be worried, I'll be back. But okay, sorry, so you can continue now.
Quickly, I wanted to say that I was taking care of my 80-year-old father after my mother died, and sometimes I could get to class. I wasn't one of her best students, but I had a lesson with Fan. She was helping me with my migraines, and I started crying because I was so upset that I knew my dad was dying. And she stopped and we talked about what it was like to be an elder, and that it was a great honor to, be able to help my dad. But she goes, if you can't, please stop your tears. She goes, your dad's out of his suffering. And now that I hear her voice now, and as the tears are still there, but we have to do this now, not just for my dad, but for Fan, because what she wanted us was to keep going, to keep practicing. And, she's always going to be with us thanks to the recordings. And she's always going to live on in our heart. So thank you, everyone. This is the great gift of the Chi field, and regardless of where we are, we're going to carry Fan in our hearts. And thank you, and love to all of her students and her family, and what a great gift to all of us that she's given us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Valerie. We can continue. I just let you know so you won't be surprised. Does someone else want to say something? I wanted Nia to say something, but she's in the shelter right now. I hope she came back. It usually we have to go for 10 minutes, and this is something more serious. I will look at you all, and I don't see anyone that wants to talk. Maybe someone that don't know how to raise his hand. I will look at everybody. Yes, there is someone? Say? Oh, wait. Okay, I'm looking for it. Wait. I don't see it, but I will see it soon. Raise your hand, please. Physical. I see Erin. Yes. I ask you to unmute, and I pin you. And pin.
Good evening, everyone. I'm speaking from New Zealand in Wellington. I started learning from Fan in 1995. Was one of her first students in Wellington when she was just starting to learn. And she used to bring her mum to the class with her, and her mum had, very tiny bound feet, which was quite extraordinary experience to be around her mum. And when Fans first started teaching, Qigong was very new at that time. And I was very confused by what we were doing, but I loved it and loved Fan and learned from her for a long time. She encouraged me to teach myself. I still teach Qigong. Yeah, she changed my life, really. She was a remarkable person. She worked with my daughter here as well. We were very close to each other for a long time. And I'm sorry, I only just came along to this meeting because the Zoom link I had didn't work, and I only just got a proper link. But it's so wonderful to see all these people, and that she's had so many students. That must have been so wonderful for her. And yeah, I hope you all have many benefits from your practice. Thank you.
First, thank you for your words. And we are recording the session because many people could not join us. So I don't know how you get the information, but maybe I will put it on a Facebook page too. And if someone that was talking here doesn't want us to share what he was saying, so you can tell us, and we will remove the things. But the plan is to share it because there are many more people that want to join us. Okay, thank you. Before we finish, does someone else want to talk with us? Maybe Nia will join us again, but right now she's not here. Does someone else want to say something? Or we're the fire. Nia, you are here. Good. We hope I ask you to unmute, and then I pin you, and I'm happy to see that you are safe.
Oh, yes. I'm still trembling. Wow, because the alarm was here. We went down to the shelter, and then we hear the boom. And now I came back, and I'm happy that I have still the time to make all the closure with all this lovely group, that we are all connected to Teacher Fan. I fell in love with her voice when she said, okay, you understand? Feel it, feel it. When she said, feel it, can you feel it? Feel it. And the voice, and when she just penetrated my heart with this question, can you feel it? Feel it. So I can feel you, Teacher Fan. And I love you so much. Thank you for helping us in those very difficult Corona state. And thank Teacher Chi. Teacher Chi, you are my teacher and you are helping me every moment. You are every moment with me. I love you so much. Keep safe, all the Israelis and all the teachers from abroad and all the students and all Jinan community and all the people around the world. Be safe. Thank you so much, Orit. It is so important to me, this gathering. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Nira. I have
Okay.
another idea. Are you in a position to sing?
I can sing, yes.
The 8 phrases, maybe?
The 8 phrases? No, I'll sing maybe in
Whatever you
Hebrew.
want.
I'll sing the word of the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov was very holy rabbi in Israel, and he remind us that all of us has wings, and the wings is the spirit wings, and we can use it. We can every time remember that we have these spirit wings. Don't forget to use it, because if you will forget to use it, they will shrink. So use it. Ben Adam, Ale lemala Ale lemala Ale Ben Adam, Ale lemala Ale. Human being, you can climb and go above. Remember it, you are a human being. Use your spirit wings.
Thank you, Nira, very much.
Thank you. And thank you for being with us. It's amazing. We are all together in such a crazy situation in the middle of this session.